Told him I ain't selling it for nothing less than lavish.
Nah, come on, man.
Draco made a hit with this one.
Yeah, and Jazzy had no chill with this hun floating. I'm hoping this no breaks in this run potent. I'm chosen, this is not a diss song, the token. Hey world, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good. You know, this is the channel that you come to when you want to get deeper insight, you want to get influential, you want to get motivation, you want to get a spiritual touch, you want to just get something that's raw and real. Today we want to talk about energies of manifestation and also transformation. I wanted to talk about how God can just bless you with things, but also how God only gives you what you can handle and how that looks, whether it be with manifesting things that you desire and just the levels of that, and also just with turbulence and things that may come and just be barriers or boundaries or even just obstacles that we have to overcome in life. I've really been pondering on that a lot because in my life and just being a life path 5 or just an explorer, I find a lot that I don't know the answer. I don't know exactly how the end result would turn out because, you know, some people, they like the structure. They like when they know that they go to school, that it'll turn into something that is this barrier, this subject. Me, I feel like it leaves room for me to expand in so many dynamics, but still be in a form of raw and true and just of purity. And I wanted to just speak on that. God has given me, oh God, Justice, hey, Justice. I'm just shuffling, but I like that I saw that. I wanted to call that out because I feel like that's definitely justice. Like what is received in life is deserving of one. So with me, God makes Royal. You ain't been in my videos in a while, so don't start that. I don't want him in the background. I don't want to hear none of that. But God has blessed me with things that I desire, but it's so beautiful because I don't even know exactly how it would transpire in ways. And I feel like I see people around me that make something out of nothing, and that's so powerful. My mom was a make something out of nothing person, so I know just growing up that the answer is always available, especially when you believe that it's going to be something for you, and it starts there. With me, I just know exactly how I want to feel. Like today, I feel very happy. I feel very inspired, and I really am continuing to believe in the magic of this world because I see how God gave me just enough to get by, and also God gave me just enough to not give up in regards to obstacles. And sometimes I be like, whoo, if it was just yeah, woo, all right. And even with like when I lived in Salt Lake City, I didn't capture a lot of that, but what I've grown to realize is the fact that everything that happens is something that is just a lesson. A lot of people think that things are happening to them, and a lot of times is you creating that. Is your energy field that, like, if for example with me, I'm still practicing embracing abundance, and I think that's the only reason why I'm not a millionaire, because I have so many things that, like I mentioned before, I could capitalize and embrace and grow and expand towards, because I have that freedom to really live. I have that freedom to really grow into myself rather than allowing the world to make me a subject or make me something. And when it comes to just how you look at it and how you feel about it, I believe that is what allows magical things to happen. Like Salt Lake City, I had a job that obviously I don't like working for other people, but I'm not afraid to work to maintain a lifestyle that I want. And God recognizing that will put situations in my life at perfect divine timing, whether it be people to tell me and direct me in the right area of where I should go, or if it's just something like my car to be withstanding the things that are necessary for me to get where I'm trying to go. All of these things are so powerful. All of these things are so divine, and I feel like all of these things aligned because first I knew that nothing was going to get in the way of me being happy or me being positive or me being motivated to expand outside of my boundaries. I really believe that God loves people like that. I really truly believe that your angels love when you choose to live and not allow the world to make you or mold you into what is already there, because there's so much room for so many more expressions in this world. And I feel like the more we tap more into that, and on all the entrepreneurs or all the influencers or all the spiritualists and astrologers, and as we start to tap into all those unseen things, but all those things that we feel, we will start to see more often just how things are manifested to you just because of how you feel about things or what you want to see for your future. A lot of people are just brainwashed by what they see on TV. Or me, I used to be a person to watch the news or Judge Judy often or Cheaters often, and I was sitting there wondering why I would manifest situations to bring a cheater out of a person that wasn't even a cheater. Like, things like that are so real. Or when you think that, okay, your car is on the last strand. Like, I remember when I was coming back from Salt Lake City, it was a 44-hour drive, and I did that in 3 days, me and my sister. And I did it on some dull ass tires, but I knew that my tires was gonna get me there. And with that same trip, I know people that traveled within that month and they had newer cars, like 3 years under their belt. And they go into dealerships to get their cars maintenance and things of sort. They got good insurance, they have just good stability, and then they tires bust. I see that stuff happen. Or like with me believing right now that I don't know exactly how I'm going to get to the next phase, but I believe that it's going to be beautiful. I believe that I'm going to have all the tools that I need, and I can wake up and I can see just the blessings and how I'm protected now to reassure me that things are going to continue to be divine or continue to be in a place where I can achieve what I want. Because I could complain about wanting to acquire more and things of sort, but it shouldn't be a complaining, because I see people that can build up so much. And the other day, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but up the street, like, this is the second day that I'm looking on my phone and we have a Ring. So it gives you everything, like all the little notifications about stuff that's going on in your neighborhood. And I'm seeing people's houses burn down. Like, I saw the other day, it was 16 units in an apartment complex burnt down, and it's literally less than 10 minutes from my home. It don't get more realer than that. I know it's hot out here, but when you really think about it, it's like, damn, God is like, you got what you need, and also what I needed to have in that is the intuition, for one, to trust where I'm at and trust what God is doing for me, but also just the gracious and the gratitude to just appreciate where we at right now, and knowing that that's enough. Sometimes, because going for so much doesn't really it doesn't end with everything. Like, I can see people chasing a dream or chasing money, and all it turns into is literally more problems because of what is the source behind it. Is the source just simply for you to obtain, or is it for you to really gain to then flourish and build out more? So as I continue to go on my journey and just evolve and dive more into my spirituality, I think it's so important for me to recognize, but also everyone that may watch this video, even if it's just me, to remember that what you have is enough. And when it takes you where you gotta go, that is a beautiful, beautiful thing to just really just appreciate, because it's not promised. Today I got a call from someone back in Utah, and I keep on bringing up Utah, but it's strange because not on top. I'm gonna finish with this story, but before we even say this, like, I've been having a lot of flashbacks on my phone, like showing me things of just how I would just have little clips and stuff. If you have like Samsungs or Apple, you know how they have those little things where they show you like this time last year and things of so. Even little things like that show me exactly how magical this world is, because to see myself now, at where I was last year, I wanted just this. This is all I wanted. And to bring it around to that story, I had a call today, and rest in peace to Say Word, because she was such a pivotal person for me in that workplace that I went to in Salt Lake City. And little things like that make sense on why I even had to work, even though I don't agree with working, but why God put me in a position to be in these environments, to meet these people and just hear their story. And this was a woman that out of all my coworkers, I knew her story. I knew how the past 5 years looked, and maybe even the past 7 years. And it's crazy because I didn't know how old she was, but I know that in my eyes, she had so much promise, because me and her connected on the aspect of wanting to receive more. And I'm always going to have that type of energy of wanting to receive more. But she passed, and she didn't even have the opportunity to explore outside of that, and things that she slept on, like wanting to get married. Her boyfriend was still her boyfriend when she died. And I don't mean to exploit her, but energetically, it just makes you more aware of how much we overlook things. And her boyfriend was the one that actually had to call and tell me what happened. So it's what you want to call it, because she didn't have to get married to him, frankly, but I know she wanted to get married to him. That was something that in her head, that was something for her to go towards. But when I think about stuff like that, it makes sense on why I took the risk to go towards the unknown and trust God putting me in a position that's going to be more aligned for me, especially when I knew that wasn't the best thing for me to be in Salt Lake City. It worked. I saved a lot of money, and it's so strange because sometimes people could think that that's the right way to go, like obtaining and things like I said earlier. But if I would have stayed there, not only did we experience physical death, but I feel like in that state, just the energy of what it was already dying and depleting to the point where it would be a whole different vibration there. Even with me obtaining that money or obtaining that security of me being able to pay my own bills and things of sort like that, what was I gaining what I really desired, or was I just gaining what was the thing that everybody think they want? And me shifting and actually going towards something more, and knowing that it has to be more for me, made room for my family. It made room for comfortability, and the comfortability is just being in the South, feeling some good weather. Like the heat, sometimes I can't even complain about it because I desired that. Like when I went and got out of it, and I thought that going to a different environment would make me look at things different, it just made me more appreciative of all the little things that I have. And indirectly, that's what I wanted to talk about, because it's not promised, and a lot of people don't have the opportunities to have what I've experienced, even if it's just a protection to make sure that I can go where I want to go and really live the life that I choose to live. Oh, we got the Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. It just flew out. I think I want to go with these, and I noticed yesterday that I didn't really read all the cards. And I don't need to read the book, but I like to read the book and then add on. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all know we were on this thing. So we back. Something so special about these, and the reason why I want to highlight these cards is because it's going into just kind of like what I was speaking on. When I first saw this, I saw the Queen of Pentacles. And then this one, as I'm looking at all of these other cards that was underneath, it's like, woo, it kind of coincides to what I was kind of bringing up, how it could have looked good on the outside, but then also, what does it take to get there? And is that worth it to you? Man, sometimes it be like that. And that's why when I think about it, I can't really complain, because the internal for me is assurance and comfortability. This is the eternal for me. But for some people, it looks like this, but then it's like this. Say where she was working every day. Like me, I was complaining like I wanted more money, I wanted more hours. She was always working, and it's because I worked at Starbucks. She worked in the separate section of the food center, and that particular place just was understaffed, and I wasn't trained to work there. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't get more hours there. But little things like that just really, really, really has been on my consciousness, and I think it's really important for me to highlight the fact that what you have can be beautiful if you choose to see it as such, even if it's not a lot. I see a reader now, and I think she's in Philly, And I've been watching her from when she started making her videos, and it was a lot of things like her car breaking down, and she's sitting there in the rain recording the video and saying like, man, this ain't nothing. Like, sometimes this is just a test, this is just a lesson. But that car, of course, it was convenience to me, but it didn't mean nothing. And now to see her, and I watch her videos, and she's getting hundreds of likes in hours, she's getting thousands of views, thousands of followers, and she looked average. This is somebody that if she didn't believe in herself, people would have made her feel like she wasn't shit, but she thought she was the shit even when she didn't have nothing. Now I see her posting videos of her in her home, and her home is her home. It's not my manifestation, but to her that's probably everything. And I'm proud of her. I love to see that. I love to see people get their blessings truly because they believe that they are blessed. And that's what we're working with right now. It don't have to be perfect. We got I'm gonna go with the dark energy first, and then we're gonna go around and look at the Queen of Pentacles, because I believe I pulled the Queen of Pentacles before, and I like that card, but this is beyond me. We're gonna talk about the Nine of Swords. It says, the sword hangs high above your head as you're wide awake at night. You can't sleep as your mind is just consumed with anxiety, despair, and impending feeling of doom. Maybe you're going through something truly terrible, or maybe you've been building up an obstacle to be larger than it really is. Either way, it's okay to feel scared or anxious. Talk about it with someone that you trust and try to look to the future. Ooh. Sometimes this is the emotion that you feel when you're working towards something and people assume for it to be perfect, but then you're dealing with the flaws of just reality, the practical things that you're going through, because I think I recorded a video and I spoke that where I said people love to see the flaws in you even when you're so perfected, and that's why it came out like this. It came out all three together. But we're gonna go in and read the Eight of Swords now. Ooh, it says you're feeling trapped, blinded, unable to take action because all your swords are stuck in the ground and they seem too difficult to pull out. Those ropes are very tight, and with just a little struggle they might fall off. Don't surrender to hopelessness and negativity. You have made some mistakes that have gotten you here, but you have the skills you need to get yourself out of the situation. Before we talk about the positives, I do want to highlight this because it coincides with what I was talking about on just how people build so much and it is like you're building a trap. You can really build a trap for yourself. And I do feel like one of my videos, I think it was like the choice is yours, but why did you do it? What all your decisions that you go through, or how you even looking at it, like what is the purpose of it? Because a lot of this stuff is just you. In my head, I'm looking at these swords and I feel like these are things that are impeded, that you choose to put on yourself to hold yourself back. And it's so funny how it was disguised with the Queen of Pentacles, because that coincide with how, like when I mentioned that fire, in my head, like the first thing I thought about when I saw, for one, 16 units, I'm just thinking about all the material wealth that was in these houses and these homes, people, family, and they said nobody was injured though, so nobody died, I don't think, but all the things that you built up to make you trapped, to make you realize that all that shit didn't mean nothing. All the anxiety and all the feelings that you choose to think about. Even me, I have anxiety because I don't know exactly what this path will lead to, but it's all a paradigm in how you choose to look at it and what it will manifest from. So let's go ahead and read the Queen of Pentacles, because that was the one that was showing on top, y'all. And even through all that stuff that may be hidden in the back, regardless of all those things that may try to be an obstacle to hold you down, the Queen of Pentacles is still here. And she looked like she chilling. She looked like, yeah, I worked for this. Queen of Pentacles. This queen is rich in more ways than one. She has a stable and simple life that she has filled with some things, people, activity. Wait, this queen is rich in more ways than one. She has a stable and simple life that she has filled with things, people, and activities that bring her joy. She is nurturing and generous, seeks to bring happiness and provide a sanctuary to those she loves. If you are the queen, it's time to be nurturing and caring. It could be as simple as taking some time to cook a meal for a good friend or buying a cute plant for someone special. Be kind, it suits you. And with that being said, I wonder if the reason why it was pulled was just to kind of highlight the fact that, you know, all your healer friends, I'm a healer, so I know how that feels to, really give yourself to people and give yourself to just humanity, period. Like to put yourself on the surface and just being there to present whatever you think is beneficial to other people. And just embracing that. Being kind. And for the earth angels out there that are entrapped, like I keep on thinking about say word, but also I had in mind, I think I should mention it because I don't like to put people names out there, but there's this goddess that she's actually a reader on YouTube, and I told y'all in my last video that she inspired me to start expressing myself, especially through cards, because you see the power, the cards, especially tarot cards, it brings the raw even with the beauty, because you can pull out cards like this, Queen of Pentacles, but deep down, this is how you feeling. It's a trap. You feel like, even with me, I feel compelled to record videos regardless of how I feel about it. And sometimes that could be for just y'all. So, it's a choice. Even when you're feeling like you're trapped, even when you're feeling like you don't know exactly the way to go, look, she's stepping in some water. To me, that resembles emotion, but it's hidden from it. She's still in her emotion, but she's blinded by that because of the things that has come, like whether it be bad relationship, whether it be money problems, whether it be shit, your house broke down, your car broke, your boss don't like you, your co-workers don't like you. These are all the things that she allows to tie her down, to even where she tries to sleep, she can't even get no rest because these things are in captive. So with me, I would just want to highlight and point out the fact that nothing lasts forever, but a lot of times people could tie themselves down to so many things of what they want, and they don't even know what the source of it is from. With me, I just want to continue to build on things that I enjoy and be a representation of what true satisfaction looks like. And that doesn't come with just happiness all the time, but it comes with enduring and building and growing. And that's the reason why, even though those cards was underneath, man, this is probably the hardest time in my life, only because of the fact that I'm building something out of nothing. But still, it's worth it. And being kind makes you a goddess. She on a whole throne. Still, you still have power. Even if you're a male and you're watching this video, I have a lot of men that watch my readings or just support me, period. And what you can gain from that is the fact that what you have is enough. She only have one pinnacle in this, but she's still a queen. She only have one thing to hold on to, but all these things is tying her down. Sometimes it seems like that could outweigh the blessing, but that's not the truth. The blessing is in your life. You still got that breath. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let all the things that could hold you back stop you from all the things that you can be in the future. I've seen people give up, and I've seen people create magic out of nothing. So my choice, the way I really want to go about it, is just to keep on pushing through it, just to keep on trying to find the light in everything and continuing to be a beacon of kindness, but also positivity. So if y'all haven't seen my other videos, y'all know I drop a video every day. If y'all gain something from it, please let me know, because it's quite interesting to pull those contradicting energies, but it do coincide with kind of what I was talking about, where people can give so much to gain and it still don't mean shit if you're not happy. So That's most important, y'all, and that's what we're working towards. I feel like it's something new that I'm walking into. I feel more assured with this journey because I know how powerful it is to have someone that you can go to for reassurance and just for motivation to, really drive through these obstacles and these boundaries that you feel like can hold you back. Nobody is really trapped. If you still have breath in your life, you have options to go outside of your standards. And even if you don't know the answer, like with me, I'm literally in between trying to figure out how to move outside of this world that I know. I like, again, when I did it in Salt Lake City, it works, but it's not gonna work long term for me. But this trap is just you. Oof, yeah. It's just you. Man. It's just you. How that manifests is up to you too. So I hope that you choose to find the best in you. And as I continue to look at these cards, I mean, what I gain from it is just the fact that there's a lot of people out there working hard. And like my grandpa told me the other day, they say they working hard, but they don't even know what direction they moving in. But who's to say your direction but God? Man, make something out of it. Make something out of the darkness, man. Build off of things that could have held you back. Like that girl I told you, her car breaking down and all type of shit. She had to walk home in the rain. But she a whole Queen of Pentacles now. She has stability that can not only assist her and her family, but people like me. Inspiration. Just by spreading the word. All of us are powerful in our own way. Don't forget that. Peace.